Hey guys, welcome back to the Judo Way of Life. My name's David. Again, I've got Pat here for part 3 of the Seoi Nage or Morote Seoi Nage series that I've done. So part 1 we looked at the standing version, or like a standing version. So if you haven't watched that yet, go and watch that. In part 2 we looked at a squatting version where I'm coming right underneath, but staying on my feet. I'm not yet dropping to my knees. So again, if you haven't watched that one, go and check that one out. And then today we're going to look at actually dropping down to full drop Seoi Nage. Now this isn't like the only way of doing this. This is the way I found works best for me, and as a way of leading people into drop Seoi Nage, I find this is a good way of looking at it. Okay, so drop Seoi Nage, I think, or like drop on Seoi Nage, really sort of like the drop technique, so can have a bit of a bad rep in terms of causing problems for the knees. This usually comes from, I found, where people just sort of drop straight down. As you're coming in, if you just turn in and then drop down really fast and you just come straight down, that's when you're going to have problems with your knees. Or if you drop and then sort of buckle here, you're putting a lot of pressure on your knee joints, and that's where you're going to end up getting sort of repetitive dropping like that is going to result in sore knees. A way of making it a lot easier on your knee joints when you drop down is making sure you're bringing your partner forwards as you drop. So if I turn in and I don't bring Pat forward and then I just drop here, that's when I'm just going straight down and there's a lot of pressure going through my knee joints, okay? But if I turn in and as I drop, I'm bringing Pat forwards, okay, which is obviously what I wanted to throw anyway, but it's then got to protect my knees because the way the balance works and the momentum of Pat takes the pressure off my knees as he comes over. Okay, so what I'm doing with my top half is exactly the same as what I've done in the standing version and the squatting version, okay? I need to bring the sleeve up, I need to open on the lapel, with a high grip again. I'm opening my first step, and then I'm closing on my second step, okay? In terms of the drop position, I need to make sure I'm bringing this leg through, okay? We're going to bring this leg deep so that I can drop through here, okay? Again, see, same as what I did with the squatting version. My bum is right through, my hips are through, right underneath Pat, and I'm bringing him forwards here. I'm not deep, yeah, so if I'm landing right here, yeah, it's just going to move around, it's going to be able to step off, and then even worse, you panic and you just drop down here. 2 things, or 3 things. 1, you know when you're throwing. 2, you probably get a penalty for dropping. 3, you're gonna get strangled hopefully. If you do a crap technique like that, you should be punished for it. Isn't that bad?
Yep. Got a couple of those.
Pat's a world class, not entering deep enough for his drop Seoi Nage. Okay, so now there's debate on this, and I understand the pros and cons for the different positions of the feet. Now, for me, I'll do both, but I find when learning and when teaching drop Seoi, I teach people to go on their toes, to keep the toes tucked in. All right, I'm going to tell you why, okay? So, I think it's far easier to build power and strength from this position and really drive out, okay? Keeping this core position locked in. As soon as I go to here, I think it's a lot easier for people just to collapse, for the body and the bum to go back and to end up here, and then you get stuck in this floppy, like concertinaed position, and it's not strong. But from here, I find that having my toes tucked under helps me generate a lot more strength and power in my core, in my trunk, and then allows me to power out of the movement, okay? And that's for me is one of the main sort of, the finish with the drop Seoi is really important. That drive out, so once you've come in here, yeah, it's that from here, the drives, I push up with my left leg, and then I'm rolling through here, okay? And then that's how I'm landing on top, I've got Pat nice and strong. Again, I'm driving up through here, and Pat has no choice but to come over with me. And is that finished? Worst thing I think you can do, we drop, see how he's going here, and then just flopping. It's just that flop forwards here. Right, two reasons for that. One, it's unlikely you're going to get a throw. And two, you're just going to drop the person on the shoulder. So you're not rotating through, and it's a very good chance. The joys of filming on an industrial estate. Wait for the truck to go past. There's a very good chance you're just going to throw your partner on the shoulder, and it's going to cause like potential injuries. You know, it's really common. You know, doing the AC joint. I've done both of mine. They've both been thrown drops in Aggie badly. And you don't want to injure your partner, right? It's just not what we're looking to do. We want to throw, and the way you do that is by exploding out the movement and driving through. So with that, like I said in the first video, when you're dropping down, you want to make sure, this is right-handed, you want to make sure your right foot, so your right knee is in front of your left, so you can turn through. If you end up here, yeah, it's just the weight's on this leg, so we can move, you can hop round, yeah? If I come in though, my right knee's in front of my left, there, yeah, I can, yeah, see how the right leg was nowhere near the floor. That's when I power out to the throw, and it's going to go over. Yeah? Oh, right, over. Happy with that? Yeah. Alright, all good. Do you want to do the outro? Alright guys, thank you for watching. Hope you found that useful. Again, this was part 3 of the drop COA, so if you haven't watched part 1, we're in the standing version, part 2 we're in a squatting version. Go back, check those out, and then hopefully you can start using your Seoi Nage. A lot of the principles gone through here actually work for upon Seoi Nage as well, or even like the drop Sodi. They're all quite similar, so once you get sort of one of these dialed in, those skills are very transferable to those other dropping techniques. So yeah, play around with it, have some fun, be careful of your knees, and then yeah, see you again next time. Thank you.